There are moments in life when everything seems to close in around us. The weight becomes unbearable. The silence from heaven feels deafening. You've prayed before, maybe hundreds of times, and yet here you are again, desperate, anxious, running out of time. If that's where you find yourself right now, then you are exactly where you need to be. This is not an accident. You didn't stumble upon this video by chance. Something greater than coincidence has brought you here, and I want you to know that before we go any further, you are not alone in this. Welcome to Divine Moment of Prayer Channel. You and I are about to enter into a sacred space together. A space where fear loses its grip, where hopelessness meets the mother who has never turned away a single soul who came to her in need. We are going to pray together, not just recite words, but truly pray, with everything we have, for the urgent miracle you need right now. And we are going to do this through the powerful intercession of Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, whose very title tells us what she does best. She helps, and she never stops helping. You might be watching this in the middle of the night, unable to sleep because worry has stolen your rest. You might be hiding your tears from those around you because you don't want them to see how deeply you're hurting. Or maybe you're sitting in a waiting room, standing in an empty kitchen, or driving with questions that won't leave you alone. Wherever you are, whatever has brought you to this breaking point, bring it here. Bring all of it. Our Lady is listening, and she specializes in impossible situations. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. If you are trusting God for a miracle today, if you are believing that something is about to shift in your favor, would you take just a moment to hit that like button? Not for me, but as an act of faith. Let it be your way of saying, yes, I believe something is about to happen. And if you feel led, subscribe to this channel. Why? Because when your miracle comes, and it will come, you're going to want to come back here and testify. You're going to want to encourage someone else who is in the very place you're in right now. So go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Let's create a community of believers who refuse to give up. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help. Say that title slowly in your heart. Mother of Perpetual Help. Not occasional help, not conditional help. Perpetual, continuous, unending, relentless. This is the mother who doesn't take breaks from caring about you. This is the woman who stood at the foot of the cross and watched her son die, and yet did not collapse into despair. She knows what it means to feel like everything is falling apart. She knows what it's like to have your heart torn open by grief and uncertainty. And because she knows, she understands exactly what you're feeling right now. The image of Our Lady of Perpetual Help is one of the most beloved in all of Catholic tradition. In it, we see Mary holding the child Jesus, and the child is looking away, startled, clinging to his mother because the archangels Michael and Gabriel are showing him the instruments of his future passion. Even as a child, Jesus sees what is coming. And what does Mary do? She holds him. She doesn't let go. Her hands support him, even as he faces the terror of what lies ahead. That's what she does for you too. When you see the storm coming, when you know the pain is approaching, she doesn't abandon you. She holds you tighter. And here's something most people miss when they look at that icon. Jesus' sandal is falling off. One small detail that speaks volumes. He's so startled, so gripped by what he sees, that he's literally losing his footing. But Mary doesn't panic. She remains steady. She remains present. And that's the miracle she offers you right now. Not just the solution to your problem, but the strength to remain standing while the solution unfolds. Have you ever felt like you're losing your footing? Like everything stable in your life is slipping away? That's not a sign that God has forgotten you. It's often the moment right before He intervenes. The enemy wants you to believe that the slipping means the falling is inevitable. But what if the slipping is actually the setup for the catching? What if Our Lady is already positioning herself beneath you, ready to hold you just like she held her son? Let me tell you something about urgency. When we say we need an urgent miracle, what we're really saying is this: I can't wait anymore. I've run out of options. I've exhausted every resource. I need God to move, and I need Him to move now. And here's the beautiful truth: God is not offended by your urgency. He's not put off by your desperation. In fact, throughout Scripture, the people who received the most immediate and powerful miracles were the ones who came to Jesus in absolute desperation. The woman with the issue of blood who pushed through the crowd. The father who cried out, "Lord, I believe, help my unbelief." The blind man who refused to be silenced even when everyone told him to be quiet. These were not people with polite, measured requests. These were people who knew they were out of time. And you know what? You're in good company. Because right now, in this moment, you are about to join the countless souls throughout history who have come to Our Lady Mother of Perpetual help in their darkest hour and found that she was already waiting for them. She was already preparing their miracle. She was already interceding before they even knew they needed to ask. So let me ask you directly, what is the miracle you need? Don't sanitize it. Don't minimize it. Don't try to make it sound more spiritual or less desperate than it actually is. What is the thing that keeps you awake at night? What is the situation that has you feeling like you're drowning? What is the problem that you've been told is impossible to fix? Name it. In the silence of your heart right now, name it. Because Our Lady can't intercede for a prayer you're too afraid to pray. Is it financial? Are you facing a debt that seems insurmountable? A bill that's due? A need that's gone unmet for so long that you've almost stopped believing provision is possible? Is it medical? Are you waiting for test results? Facing a diagnosis that terrifies you? Watching someone you love suffer and feeling utterly powerless to help them? Is it relational? Has someone walked away from you, leaving a wound so deep you don't know if it will ever heal? Are you longing for reconciliation that seems more impossible with each passing day? Is it professional? Have doors been slammed in your face repeatedly, leaving you wondering if you'll ever catch a break, if your gifts will ever be recognized, if your hard work will ever pay off? Is it spiritual? Have you been battling the same sin, the same doubt, the same dryness for so long that you're starting to wonder if God even hears you anymore? Whatever it is, and I mean whatever it is, Our Lady has seen worse. She has interceded in situations more complicated, more tangled, more utterly hopeless than yours. And she has seen God do the impossible again and again and again. So don't hold back now. This is not the time for timidity. This is the time for bold, shameless, urgent faith. Let me share something with you that might surprise you. The Church has always understood that there are moments when we need more than just routine prayer. There are moments when we need what the saints called violent prayer. Not violent in aggression, but violent in intensity. Jesus himself said, "The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force." What does that mean? It means there are times when we have to press in with everything we have, when we have to refuse to take no for an answer, when we have to bang on heaven's door like the persistent widow in the gospel who kept coming to the judge until he finally gave her justice, not because he cared about her, but because she wouldn't leave him alone. God honors that kind of prayer. He honors the prayer that says, "I'm not moving until you move. I'm not leaving until you answer. I'm not giving up until I see your hand intervene." And Our Lady, she's the perfect partner for that kind of prayer. Because she knows how to intercede with that same holy persistence. She knows how to present your case before her Son in a way that moves his heart. Not because he's reluctant, but because he delights in answering the prayers that come through his mother. Think about the wedding at Cana. The wine had run out. The celebration was about to become a humiliation for the hosts, and Mary noticed. She didn't wait for someone to ask her to intervene. She didn't wonder if it was her place. She simply went to Jesus and said, "They have no wine." And when Jesus seemed to hesitate, reminding her that his hour had not yet come, did she back down? Did she apologize for bothering him? No. She turned to the servants and said, "Do whatever he tells you." She knew her son, she knew his heart, and she knew that he would not, could not refuse her. That same Mary is looking at your situation right now. She's looking at the empty vessels in your life, the bank account that's run dry, the relationship that's run cold, the hope that's run out, and she's saying to Jesus, "They have no wine. They've run out. They need you to do what only you can do. And here's what I need you to understand. He's already preparing to answer. The miracle is already in motion. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen. Your job is to do what the servants at Cana did. Obey. Stay in faith. Keep filling the jars with water even when it makes no sense. Keep showing up even when you can't see the outcome yet. Because the moment you pour out what little you have in obedience, God will transform it into something you never imagined. Do you remember what happened to the Israelites at the Red Sea? They were trapped. The Egyptian army was behind them, certain death closing in fast. The sea was in front of them, vast and impassable. There was no escape. And in that moment of absolute impossibility, God told Moses to raise his staff and stretch out his hand over the sea. And when he did, the waters divided. But here's what most people forget. The waters didn't part before the Israelites stepped forward. God didn't give them a dry path and then invite them to walk it. He told them to move forward while the sea was still in front of them. They had to take the first step in faith before they saw the miracle. Your miracle might require that same kind of step. You might need to make the decision before you see the provision. You might need to forgive before you feel the healing. You might need to apply for the job before you have the qualification. You might need to trust before you have the evidence. And that's where Our Lady comes in. Because when you feel like you can't take that step alone, when the fear is too great and the sea is too wide, she takes your hand. She walks with you. She whispers, "I've seen my son do this before. Trust him. Just trust him." If you're feeling something stir inside you right now, if hope is starting to rise in your chest, if tears are forming in your eyes, if you're beginning to believe again, don't let this moment pass without marking it. Hit that like button, not as a casual gesture, but as a declaration. You're saying, "I'm choosing to believe. I'm choosing to hope. I'm choosing to trust that my miracle is coming." And share this video with someone else who needs to hear this message. You might be the answer to someone else's prayer today. You might be the reason someone else doesn't give up. So share it. Let this prayer reach as many desperate hearts as possible. Now let's talk about urgency again, because I know that's why you're here. You don't just need a miracle. You need it soon. The clock is ticking. The deadline is approaching. The situation is deteriorating. You feel the pressure of time weighing on you, and it's making everything worse. You're not just asking God to help you eventually, you're asking Him to help you now, today, this week, before it's too late. And here's what I want you to know. God is not slow. He's not dragging His feet. He's not making you wait because He doesn't care or because He's testing you to see how long you can endure. The delay you're experiencing is not a denial. It's preparation. It's the space between the prayer and the answer where God is moving pieces into place that you can't even see yet. He's coordinating circumstances, changing hearts, opening doors, removing obstacles, all behind the scenes, all beyond your awareness. And when the moment is perfect, not a second too early or too late, He will release your miracle. But I know that's hard to hear when you're in pain. When you're watching the clock and counting the days and wondering how much longer you can hold on. So let me give you something practical to hold on to during this waiting period. Every single day, multiple times a day, say this: Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, you know what I need. You see my urgency. I place this situation in your hands, and I trust that you are already interceding for me. I believe that my miracle is on its way, and until it arrives, give me the strength to keep believing. Say it when you wake up. Say it when anxiety grips you in the middle of the day. Say it before you go to bed. Let it become your lifeline. Because here's what happens when you pray like that consistently. You're not just asking for a miracle, you're training your soul to remain anchored in faith even when circumstances say otherwise. You're building spiritual muscle. You're refusing to let despair have the final word. And that matters more than you realize. Because when your miracle comes, and it will come, you want to be found faithful. You want to be someone who didn't just receive a miracle, but who grew in faith while waiting for it. You want to be someone who can say, I didn't just survive this season, I learned to trust God in deeper ways than I ever thought possible. Let me tell you about Saint Padre Pio, one of the greatest mystics of the 20th century. People traveled from all over the world to see him, to receive his blessing, to ask for his prayers. And do you know what he said about Our Lady of Perpetual Help? He said that whenever he was faced with a difficult situation, whenever someone came to him with a need that seemed impossible, he would turn to her icon and pray. And he said that he never prayed to Our Lady of Perpetual Help without receiving an answer. Not once. Think about that. A man who performed countless miracles, who bore the wounds of Christ on his own body, who heard confessions for hours every day and could read souls like open books. That man relied on the intercession of Our Lady Mother of Perpetual Help. If someone with that level of holiness and spiritual power needed her, how much more do we need her? And here's the other thing about Padre Pio. He understood urgency. People didn't travel across continents to ask him for casual favors. They came because they were desperate, because their child was dying, because they were losing their home, because they were facing disasters that had no human solution, and Padre Pio didn't tell them to be patient or to accept suffering or to stop being so urgent in their requests. He joined them in their urgency. He prayed with the same intensity they felt. He brought their desperation directly to heaven without softening it or making it more palatable. That's what we're doing here today. We're not praying polite prayers. We're not offering up gentle requests. We're standing before the throne of grace with holy boldness, and we're asking, no, we're begging for the urgent intervention of heaven. And we're doing it through the one person who has more influence with Jesus than anyone else ever could, his mother. Are you starting to feel the weight lift just a little? Are you beginning to sense that maybe, just maybe, your breakthrough is closer than you thought? Good. Hold on to that. Because what you're feeling is not wishful thinking. It's the Holy Spirit ministering to your heart, reminding you that God has not forgotten your name, your need, or your tears. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus tells a parable about a judge who neither feared God nor cared about people. And a widow kept coming to him, demanding justice against her adversary. At first, the judge ignored her, but she wouldn't stop. She kept coming back day after day, persistent and relentless. And finally, the judge said to himself, "Though I don't fear God or care about people, because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually come and attack me." And then Jesus makes this stunning statement. Listen to what the unjust judge says. "And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly." Did you catch that last word? Quickly. Jesus himself promises that when we cry out persistently, when we refuse to give up, when we keep coming back to God with our urgent needs, he will answer, and he will answer quickly. Not slowly, not after years of waiting, quickly. And if an unjust judge who doesn't even care will eventually respond to persistence, how much more will your loving Father respond to your desperate cries? But here's the key. You have to keep crying out. You can't pray once and then assume God isn't listening if you don't see immediate results. You have to be like that widow. You have to be persistent. You have to be relentless. You have to refuse to give up. And that's exactly what we're doing together right now. We're joining our voices, our faith, our desperation, and we're crying out to heaven through the most powerful intercessor we have, Mary, Mother of Perpetual Help. So let's actually begin to pray now. Not just talk about prayer, but truly enter into it. I'm going to lead you, and I want you to pray these words with me, not just with your mind, but with your heart, with everything in you. Let the words come from the deepest place of need inside you. And if you can, pray them out loud. There's power in speaking your faith aloud, in giving voice to your desperation and your hope. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I come before you today in desperate need. I am not pretending to have it all together. I am not trying to appear strong or self-sufficient. I come to you exactly as I am, broken, afraid, running out of options, and desperately in need of a miracle. You know what I'm facing. You see the situation that has brought me to my knees. You understand the urgency I feel, the pressure that threatens to crush me, the fear that keeps me awake at night. I bring all of it to you now, holding nothing back. Mother Mary, I believe that you are not just aware of my need. You care about it. You care about me. You care about the people I love who are affected by this situation. You care about the outcome in ways that I cannot even fully comprehend. And because you care, I know that you are already interceding for me. I know that even before I found the words to pray, you were already presenting my case before your Son. I know that you are already asking him to extend his hand and perform the miracle I need. But Mother, I need you to know how urgent this is. I need you to understand that I don't have the luxury of time. I don't have months or even weeks to wait. I need heaven to move, and I need it to move quickly. I need an urgent miracle. I need a swift intervention. I need God to do what only He can do, and I need Him to do it soon. And I'm asking you, with everything in me, to present this urgent request to Jesus on my behalf. You stood at the foot of the cross and watched your Son suffer. You know what it means to feel helpless in the face of circumstances you cannot control. You know what it's like to watch something terrible unfold and wonder if God is going to intervene. And yet you never lost faith. You never stopped trusting. You remained steady even when everything around you was falling apart. Mother, give me that same strength. Give me that same unshakable trust. Help me to remain standing even when everything in me wants to collapse. I think about that wedding at Cana, and I think about how you noticed the need before anyone even asked for your help. You saw that they had run out of wine, and you immediately went to Jesus. You didn't wait for an invitation. You didn't wonder if it was your place. You simply acted. Mother, I'm asking you to do the same for me now. See my need. Present it to Jesus. Tell him, just as you told him then, that I have run out. Tell him that I've exhausted my resources, spent all my strength, tried everything I know to try. Tell him that I need him to step in and do what only he can do. And Mother, when Jesus seems to hesitate, when it seems like the timing isn't right or the answer isn't coming, don't let me give up. Keep interceding. Keep presenting my case. Keep reminding him of my need, because I know that he cannot refuse you. I know that he honors your requests in ways that he honors no one else's. I know that when you ask, he answers. So ask for me, Mother. Ask with the urgency that I feel. Ask with the desperation that fills my heart. Ask until the answer comes. Take a breath here. Not to pause the prayer, but to let it sink deeper. You are not alone in this. Right now, in this very moment, Our Lady is listening. She's hearing every word you're praying, every unspoken cry of your heart. She's collecting your tears like precious jewels and presenting them before the throne of God. Nothing you're feeling is wasted. Nothing you're going through is meaningless. It all matters. You matter. And here's something beautiful that I want you to consider. When Mary appeared to Saint Catherine Labouré in Paris in 1830, she stood on a globe, crushing a serpent beneath her feet, and from her hands, rays of light streamed down toward the earth. Catherine asked what the rays meant, and Mary said, "They are the graces I obtain for those who ask for them." Did you catch that? The graces are already available, they're already streaming from her hands. But they're for those who ask. The miracle you need already exists in the heart of God. The provision is already prepared. The solution is already available. But you have to ask. You have to reach out. You have to position yourself to receive it. That's what this prayer is, positioning yourself to receive. You're saying, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm willing to receive what you've already prepared for me. I'm opening my hands, opening my heart, opening my life to the miracle that's already on its way. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I open my hands before you now. I'm not clenching my fists in anxiety or trying to control the outcome. I'm releasing it all to you. I'm surrendering my timeline, my expectations, my demands for how this miracle should unfold. I'm simply asking you to intercede and then trusting that however God chooses to answer, it will be better than anything I could have orchestrated on my own. But Mother, I'm still asking for urgency. I'm still asking for a swift answer. I'm still asking for a quick miracle, because I need it. Not because I'm impatient, but because the situation is pressing and the need is real. You are called the Mother of Perpetual Help for a reason. Perpetual means constant, continuous, never-ending. It means you never stop helping. You never take a day off. You never ignore a cry for help. You never say, I'm too busy right now, come back later. You are always available. You are always interceding. You are always working on behalf of those who call on you. So I'm calling on you now, Mother. I'm adding my voice to the chorus of desperate souls who have cried out to you throughout the centuries. And I'm trusting that you will do for me what you have done for countless others, obtain the urgent miracle I need. Let me ask you something. Have you been praying for a while about this situation? Days, weeks, months, maybe even years? And have you started to wonder if God is even listening? If your prayers are even making it past the ceiling? I want you to understand something crucial. Every single prayer you've prayed about this situation has been heard. Not one has been wasted. Not one has fallen on deaf ears. God has collected every prayer like incense rising before his throne. And even when it seemed like nothing was happening, those prayers were working. They were building momentum. They were creating spiritual pressure in the heavenly realms. They were preparing the way for the breakthrough that's coming. Think about what happened to Daniel in the Old Testament. He prayed and fasted for 21 days, seeking an answer from God. And nothing seemed to happen. No vision came. No angel appeared. No answer arrived. But on the 21st day, the angel Gabriel finally showed up and said something remarkable. Do not be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come in response to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Do you see what that means? Daniel's prayer was heard on the very first day. The answer was sent immediately. But there was warfare happening in the spiritual realm that Daniel couldn't see. There was resistance. There was opposition. And it took 21 days of persistent prayer to break through that resistance and release the answer. Your situation might be similar. The answer might already be on its way. The miracle might already be in motion. But there's resistance. There's opposition. There are forces working against your breakthrough. And your persistent prayer, combined with the powerful intercession of Our Lady, is what's breaking through that resistance right now. So don't give up. Don't assume that the delay means denial. Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting. Because your 21st day might be today. Your breakthrough moment might be right now. I need to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly in your heart. Do you really believe that God can do this? Not God in general, not God in theory, but God specifically in your situation. Do you believe He can provide that money? Do you believe He can heal that body? Do you believe He can restore that relationship? Do you believe He can open that door? Because here's the truth. Your level of belief affects your capacity to receive. Jesus said it over and over again. According to your faith, let it be done to you. Do you believe that I am able to do this? Your faith has healed you. I'm not saying that if you have doubts, God won't help you. Of course He will. He's not a vending machine that only works when you insert perfect faith. But I am saying that when you truly believe, when you truly expect God to move, something shifts. Your spiritual posture changes. You stop living in anxiety and start living in anticipation. You stop asking if and start asking when. You stop begging and start thanking. Because you absolutely know, that the miracle is coming. And if you're struggling to believe, if doubt is gnawing at you, if fear is whispering that it's not going to happen, tell Our Lady, tell her honestly. Say, "Mother, I want to believe, but I'm struggling. I want to have faith, but fear keeps creeping in. Help my unbelief, strengthen my faith, give me the grace to trust even when everything I see says otherwise." She understands. She's not offended by your honesty. She's not disappointed in your weakness. She simply takes your hand and says, "Let me help you believe. Let me carry the faith you can't carry right now." This might be a good moment to comment below and let us know what you're praying for. You don't have to share every detail if it's too personal, but there's power in declaring your faith publicly. There's power in saying, "I'm believing God for a financial miracle," or "I'm trusting God to heal my marriage," or "I'm asking for a breakthrough in my career." So comment right now. Type "Amen" if nothing else. Let your comment be a declaration of faith. And while you're there, hit that like button again. Let's create a tidal wave of faith in this comment section. Let's build a community of believers who are all crying out together for urgent miracles. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I want to talk to you about fear. Because right now, fear is trying to convince me that this miracle isn't going to come. Fear is showing me all the ways this situation could go wrong. Fear is reminding me of all the times I've prayed before and didn't see the answer I wanted. Fear is whispering that maybe I'm not worthy of a miracle, that maybe my faith isn't strong enough, that maybe God has more important things to do than worry about my small problems. Mother, silence that fear. Remind me that you didn't earn your position. You didn't achieve some level of perfection that made God choose you. You were chosen by grace. You were favored not because of what you accomplished, but because of who God is. And if God poured that kind of undeserved favor onto you, why would He withhold it from me? Why would He refuse to help me when I come to Him through you? I'm thinking right now about the paralyzed man whose friends lowered him through the roof to get to Jesus. The house was so crowded they couldn't get in through the door, so they climbed onto the roof, tore it open, and lowered their friend down right in front of Jesus. And do you know what the scripture says? When Jesus saw their faith, not the paralyzed man's faith, their faith, the faith of his friends who refused to give up, who refused to let obstacles stop them, who were willing to do whatever it took to get their friend to Jesus. Mother Mary, be that kind of friend to me right now. When my own faith wavers, when I'm too weak to press through, when the obstacles seem too great, carry me. Lower me down through the roof and place me right at the feet of Jesus, and then stand back and watch what He does. Because I believe that when Jesus sees your faith, when He sees you presenting me to Him, when He sees you interceding for me, He will respond. He will heal. He will provide. He will make a way where there is no way. I want you to think about something for a moment. If you were to receive your miracle tomorrow, if you were to wake up and find that the impossible situation had suddenly resolved, that the money had come, that the healing had happened, that the door had opened, what would you do? How would you respond? Would you fall to your knees in gratitude? Would you weep with relief? Would you tell everyone you know what God had done? Hold that image in your mind. Hold that feeling in your heart. Because that's not fantasy. That's faith. That's you beginning to live in the reality of the miracle before it manifests. That's you making room in your heart for what God is about to do. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm making room right now. I'm clearing space in my heart for the miracle. I'm refusing to let doubt and fear occupy the place where faith should be. I'm choosing to believe that what seems impossible to me is not only possible for God, it's already done in the spiritual realm. It's already accomplished. It's already finished. And all that remains is for it to manifest in the physical realm. So I'm thanking you in advance. I'm praising God ahead of time. I'm acting as if it's already done, because in the realm of faith, it is. Let me tell you about a woman I heard of who had been praying for years for her estranged son to come home. The relationship had been shattered by years of pain, addiction, and broken promises. She had prayed rosary after rosary, novena after novena, lit candle after candle before the image of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and nothing seemed to change. Her son remained distant, caught in a lifestyle that was destroying him. But she didn't stop praying. She didn't stop believing. She didn't stop going to that image and placing her son's photo at Mary's feet. And then one day, out of nowhere, her phone rang. It was her son. He was crying. He said he had been sitting in his apartment, contemplating ending his life, when he suddenly felt an overwhelming presence. He said it felt like someone was in the room with him, someone gentle and feminine, someone who communicated without words that he was loved and that he needed to call his mother. He couldn't explain it. He didn't understand it. But he obeyed. And that phone call was the beginning of his restoration. That phone call was the urgent miracle his mother had been praying for. Do you see? The miracle you need might not come in the way you expect. It might not look like what you imagined. But when it comes, you'll know. You'll recognize the fingerprints of God all over it. You'll see the evidence of Our Lady's intercession. And you'll understand that all those prayers, all those tears, all those desperate cries in the night, they were heard. They were working. They were accomplishing more than you ever knew. So don't despise the waiting. Don't waste this season by living in constant anxiety. Yes, you need an urgent miracle. Yes, the situation is pressing. Yes, time matters. But while you're waiting, something is being built in you. A capacity for trust that you didn't have before. A depth of faith that can only be forged in the furnace of desperation. A relationship with God and with Our Lady that is more intimate and more real than anything you've experienced in seasons of ease. Mother Mary, thank you for not wasting my pain. Thank you for not letting this season of desperation be meaningless. Thank you for using even this, especially this, to draw me closer to you and to your Son. Thank you for teaching me to pray in ways I never prayed before. Thank you for showing me that I can be honest with God, that I can bring my desperation to heaven without shame, that I can ask for urgent miracles without apology. And thank you for reminding me that I am not alone, that you are with me, that you are interceding for me, that you will not rest until my need is met. You know what's interesting? In the icon of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, Mary's title is written in Greek letters around her head. The letters spell out Mother of God, not just Mother of Jesus, but Mother of God. Think about that. The woman who gave birth to God, the woman who nursed God, the woman who raised God, the woman who has the most intimate relationship with divinity that any human being has ever had. That woman is the one interceding for you right now. That woman is the one taking your urgent need and presenting it before her Son. How could he possibly refuse her? Let me share something with you that might shift your perspective on this entire situation. Every major miracle in your life, every time God has come through for you, every time a door opened that should have stayed closed, every time provision appeared when you had no idea where it would come from, do you know who was probably behind the scenes of all of that? Our Lady. Even if you didn't know to ask for her intercession, even if you didn't grow up with a devotion to Mary, even if this is the first time you've ever consciously called on her, she's been interceding for you all along. Because that's who she is. That's what a mother does. She doesn't wait for her children to figure out they need her. She sees the need, and she acts. So right now, in this moment, I want you to think back over your life. Think about the times when things worked out in ways you couldn't explain. When you should have failed, but somehow succeeded. When you should have lost everything, but somehow kept it. When you should have been destroyed, but somehow survived. Can you see it? Can you see her fingerprints all over your story? She's been there all along, and she's not going to stop now. Not when you need her most. Not when the stakes are this high. Not when the miracle needs to be this urgent. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm beginning to see you differently now. I'm beginning to understand that you're not just a distant figure in an ancient icon. You're not just a theological concept or a religious tradition. You're real. You're present. You're active. You're involved in the details of my life in ways I never realized. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I don't have to navigate this crisis alone. I'm so grateful that I have you standing with me, praying with me, fighting for me. Mother, I need to tell you something else. I need to confess something that I'm almost ashamed to admit. Sometimes I've felt angry at God about this situation. Sometimes I've questioned why He's letting this happen. Sometimes I've wondered if He even cares. Sometimes I've felt like giving up on faith altogether because what's the point of believing in a God who doesn't seem to show up when you need Him most? I know I shouldn't feel this way. I know it's wrong. But I'm being honest because I need you to know where I really am, not where I wish I were. And here's what I believe you would say to me if I could hear your voice. I understand. I stood at the foot of the cross and watched my son die. And I didn't understand why the Father was allowing it. I begged for a different way. I questioned the plan. I felt the full weight of confusion and pain and anger at what seemed like divine abandonment. So I know what it's like to feel what you're feeling. And I want you to know that your honest feelings don't disqualify you from receiving a miracle. Your doubts don't cancel out your faith. Your questions don't offend God. Bring it all to me. Bring your anger, your confusion, your disappointment. I can handle it, and together we'll get through this. That's the kind of mother you have. Not one who scolds you for struggling. Not one who's disappointed when you're weak. Not one who withdraws her help when you're not performing perfectly. A mother who meets you exactly where you are and loves you through it. A mother who says, I don't need you to be strong right now. I'll be strong for you. I don't need you to have all the answers. I'll intercede on your behalf. I don't need you to earn this miracle. I'll ask my son to give it to you freely by grace because I love you and he loves me. Do you know what that means for you? It means you can stop trying so hard. You can stop performing. You can stop pretending you're more faith-filled than you actually feel. You can just be honest. You can just be desperate. You can just be yourself. Messy, scared, doubting, hoping all at once. And Our Lady will take that offering and present it before Jesus in a way that He finds beautiful. Because nothing is more beautiful to God than desperate honesty. Let's go deeper into this prayer now. Let's press in harder. Because we're not just going through the motions here. We're not just reciting words hoping they'll magically fix everything. We're engaging in spiritual warfare. We're pushing back against the forces that are trying to keep your miracle from manifesting. We're declaring that fear doesn't get the final word, that lack doesn't get the final word, that sickness doesn't get the final word, that brokenness doesn't get the final word. God gets the final word, and His word over your life is blessing, provision, healing, restoration, and breakthrough. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm coming to you now with holy boldness. I'm coming to you with the confidence of a child who knows their mother will move heaven and earth to help them. I'm asking you to intercede with power. I'm asking you to storm the gates of heaven on my behalf. I'm asking you to present my case before Jesus with such urgency, such intensity, such maternal insistence that He cannot help but respond immediately. Mother, you know what it's like to need an urgent miracle. When you and Joseph realized that Jesus was missing on the journey home from Jerusalem, when you searched for 3 days and couldn't find Him, when you finally discovered Him in the temple, you knew what urgent desperation felt like. When you and Joseph fled to Egypt in the middle of the night because Herod was seeking to kill your child. When you didn't know how you would survive or where you would go or how long you would have to hide. You knew what urgent need felt like. When you stood at the wedding in Cana and saw the embarrassment about to befall the hosts. When you knew that only a miracle could solve the problem. You knew what urgent intervention looked like. You've been where I am. You've felt what I feel. You've faced impossible situations that required immediate divine action. So you understand. You get it. You don't minimize my urgency. You don't tell me to calm down or be patient or accept that maybe it's not God's will. You simply take my urgency and add it to your own, and together we present it before Jesus with a force that cannot be ignored. Have you noticed how different you feel right now compared to when you started this video? Something is shifting, isn't it? The heaviness is beginning to lift. The hope is starting to rise. The fear is losing its grip. That's not psychological manipulation. That's not positive thinking. That's the actual, tangible presence of the Holy Spirit responding to prayer. That's Our Lady's intercession creating spiritual movement in your situation. That's heaven beginning to open over your life, and I want you to pay attention to that feeling. I want you to remember it. Because in the days ahead, when doubt tries to creep back in, when fear tries to reassert itself, when the circumstances still look impossible, you're going to need to remember this moment. You're going to need to remember how it felt to truly believe, how it felt to truly hope, how it felt to truly trust. And when you remember, it will give you strength to keep believing until the miracle manifests. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I want to ask you for something specific now. I want to ask you to give me signs along the way that you're hearing me, that you're working, that the miracle is coming. Not because I don't have faith, but because I'm human, and I need encouragement. I need reminders that I'm not praying into a void. I need evidence that heaven is responding. So send me small confirmations. Let me see your presence in unexpected moments. Let me hear words that speak directly to my situation. Let me experience little miracles that build my faith for the big miracle I'm asking for. And when those signs come, I promise to recognize them. I promise to thank you for them. I promise not to dismiss them as coincidence or luck. I'll receive them as love letters from heaven, assuring me that I'm heard, I'm seen, and I'm not forgotten. Let me tell you about St. John Paul II. He had a tremendous devotion to Our Lady, and one of his favorite titles for her was Our Lady of Perpetual Help. In his papal apartments, he kept an icon of her prominently displayed. And on the day he was shot in St. Peter's Square in 1981, do you know what day it was? May 13th, the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. As he was bleeding, as he was being rushed to the hospital, as the doctors were saying there was almost no chance he would survive, he kept repeating, "Mary, my mother. Mary, my mother." And he survived. Against all odds, he survived. And he credited his survival entirely to Our Lady's intercession. Later, he studied the ballistics report and realized that the bullet had passed within millimeters of his main abdominal artery. If it had hit that artery, he would have died within minutes. There would have been no chance of survival. And he said that he was absolutely convinced that Our Lady had guided the bullet away from that artery, that she had literally reached down and deflected the path of the bullet to save his life. That's not exaggeration. That's not religious fantasy. That's the testimony of a man who experienced a documented, undeniable, urgent miracle through the intercession of Our Lady. And if she could deflect a bullet for him, she can deflect whatever is threatening you right now. If she could save his life in minutes, she can solve your problem in days. If she could work that kind of urgent miracle for him, she can work one for you. Because she's not a respecter of persons. She doesn't play favorites. She doesn't say, "Well, you're a pope, so I'll help you. But you're just an ordinary person, so you're on your own." No, she's a mother. And mothers don't love some children more than others. They love all their children with the same fierce, protective, willing to do anything intensity. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm claiming that same protection right now. I'm claiming that same intervention. I'm claiming that same urgent, miraculous response. Just as you guided the bullet away from St. John Paul's artery, guide this situation away from disaster. Guide my finances away from collapse. Guide this relationship away from destruction. Guide this diagnosis away from the worst outcome. Guide my future away from failure. You have the power. You have the access. You have the authority to intercede in ways that change the natural course of events. So I'm asking you to use that power on my behalf. Right now. Today. Urgently. Let's pause and think about what a miracle actually is. It's not just a fortunate event. It's not just things working out nicely. A miracle is God interrupting the natural order of things to demonstrate His power and His love. A miracle is heaven breaking into earth and saying, the rules don't apply here, the limits don't hold here. The impossible becomes possible here. And that's exactly what you need, isn't it? You need heaven to break into your earthly situation. You need the supernatural to invade the natural. You need God to suspend the rules that say your situation can't be fixed. And that's precisely what Our Lady's intercession accomplishes. When she prays, when she presents your case before Jesus, she's asking Him to do exactly that, to break the rules, to override the natural consequences, to interrupt the trajectory that seems inevitable, to introduce a factor that wasn't there before. Divine intervention. And Jesus honors those requests. He honors them because He loves His mother. He honors them because He knows she only asks for what serves His greater glory. He honors them because He delights in showing His power through impossible situations. If this prayer is stirring something deep inside you, if you're starting to believe again, if hope is beginning to burn in your chest, don't let this moment pass without doing something. Comment below right now and share what you're trusting God for. Type it out. Make it real. Say, I'm believing for a financial miracle, or I'm trusting God to heal my body, or I'm asking for my prodigal to come home. Your comment might be the encouragement someone else needs to keep believing. And in a supernatural way, there's power in declaring your faith publicly. So comment. And while you're there, hit that like button one more time and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Because when your miracle comes, you're going to want to come back here and testify. You're going to want to encourage others who are where you are right now. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I need to talk to you about time. Because that's really what this is all about, isn't it? I'm not just asking for a miracle, I'm asking for a miracle soon. I'm asking for God to move on my timeline. And I know that sounds presumptuous. I know it sounds like I'm trying to tell God what to do. But Mother, I'm not coming from a place of arrogance. I'm coming from a place of desperation. The situation won't wait. The deadline won't extend itself. The need won't become less urgent if I just give it more time. So I'm asking you to help Jesus understand. Not because He doesn't know, but because you have a way of presenting things to Him that moves His heart. When you told Him at Cana that they had no wine, you weren't just stating a fact. You were making a request. You were saying, Son, these people need you to act, and they need you to act now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. And He responded. He didn't wait. He didn't make them endure the embarrassment first to teach them some kind of lesson. He simply performed the miracle they needed when they needed it. And that's what I'm asking for through your intercession. A timely miracle, an urgent miracle, a miracle that comes before it's too late. Think about Lazarus. When his sisters sent word to Jesus that Lazarus was sick, they were asking for an urgent miracle. They were saying, "Come quickly, we're losing him." But Jesus didn't come right away. He waited, and Lazarus died. And when Jesus finally arrived, Martha met him with what might be the most painfully honest statement in all of Scripture. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Translation: You're late. We needed you urgently, and you didn't come, and now it's too late. But here's what she didn't understand yet. It wasn't too late for Jesus. There's no such thing as too late when you're the resurrection and the life. He hadn't failed to perform an urgent miracle. He had planned to perform an even more impossible one. He let Lazarus die so that he could raise him from the dead. He let the situation become completely hopeless so that when he fixed it, no one could doubt that it was God's doing. Now, I'm not saying that God is going to let your situation become worse before it gets better. I'm not saying He's going to let you hit rock bottom just to prove a point. What I am saying is this: even if you feel like it's already too late, even if you feel like the worst has already happened, even if you feel like the opportunity has already passed, it's not too late for God. He can resurrect dead situations. He can restore what's been lost. He can redeem what's been wasted. He can bring life out of death. So don't give up just because you think you've run out of time. You haven't run out of time until God says you have, and He hasn't said that yet. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, even if I'm coming to you late, even if I should have prayed this prayer months or years ago, even if I've wasted time doubting or running from God or trying to fix things on my own, it's not too late, is it? You can still intercede. Jesus can still respond. The miracle can still happen. Because you serve a God who is not limited by time, who is not constrained by deadlines, who is not bound by human schedules. So I'm asking you to intercede for me now, at this late hour, in this desperate moment, and I'm trusting that your Son will respond with the same power He demonstrated when He called Lazarus out of the tomb. You know what's amazing about that Lazarus story? The stone had already been rolled over the tomb, death had already done its work, decay had already begun. And Mary and Martha tried to stop Jesus from opening the tomb because they said it would smell bad by now. They thought there was nothing left to salvage. They thought the situation had deteriorated beyond the point of any possible intervention. But Jesus didn't care about their assessment. He didn't care that the situation looked hopeless. He didn't care that everyone thought it was over. He simply called out, "Lazarus, come forth," and the dead man walked out. What dead thing in your life needs to hear that same command? What situation have you already buried? What dream have you already mourned? What relationship have you already given up on? What hope have you already laid to rest? I want you to hear Jesus speaking over it right now. Come forth, I'm not done with you yet. I'm not finished with this situation. I haven't given up on this dream. The story isn't over. Come forth. And Mother Mary is standing right there with him, echoing those words, adding her voice to his, saying, "Yes, son, call it forth. Raise it up. Restore it. Redeem it. Show them what you can do. Show them that nothing is impossible for you. Show them that your power is not limited by how long something has been dead or how hopeless it looks. Show them who you are." Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm standing at the tomb of my impossible situation right now. I'm staring at what looks like death, decay, finality. And I'm choosing to believe that it's not over. I'm choosing to believe that you can intercede for a resurrection miracle. I'm choosing to believe that what looks dead can live again. What looks finished can begin again. What looks lost can be found again. What looks broken can be whole again. And I'm asking you to pray for that with me, to stand with me at this tomb and refuse to accept that it's over, to call forth life where everyone else sees only death. Let me ask you something. What if the miracle you're asking for is not just for you? What if God wants to use this situation to demonstrate His power to everyone watching your life? What if your testimony is going to be what gives someone else the courage to pray for their own urgent miracle? What if your breakthrough is going to become the evidence someone else needs that God still does impossible things? Think about that. Your situation isn't just about you. It's about everyone who will hear your story. It's about everyone who will be encouraged by your testimony. It's about everyone who will see what God did for you and think, if He did that for them, maybe He'll do something for me too. Your urgent miracle is going to have a ripple effect. It's going to create waves of faith in people you've never even met. It's going to give hope to people in generations you'll never see, because that's how miracles work. They don't just fix individual problems. They become evidence of God's character that encourages countless others. So when you pray for your miracle, you're not just praying for yourself. You're praying for all the people who are going to be impacted by your story. And that should add weight to your prayer. That should increase your urgency. Because now it's not just about your need. It's about God's glory and other people's faith. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help. I realize now that this miracle I'm asking for is bigger than me. It's about your glory. It's about demonstrating your power to a world that's forgotten how to believe in miracles. It's about giving hope to desperate people who think God has stopped intervening in human affairs. So I'm asking you not just for my sake, but for the sake of everyone who will hear what you did for me. Perform this urgent miracle so that I can testify, so that I can tell everyone what you've done, so that I can give you the glory you deserve and give others the hope they desperately need. And I promise you this, Mother, when the miracle comes, I won't be silent. I won't downplay it. I won't explain it away as luck or coincidence or good timing. I will declare loudly and clearly that it was you, that it was your intercession, that it was your Son's power, that it was grace, undeserved and unearned, poured out simply because you asked and He answered. I will make sure that you get the credit. I will make sure that others know where to turn when they face their own desperate situations. I will become a living testimony to the power of calling on Our Lady Mother of Perpetual Help. Can you make that same promise right now? Can you commit that when your miracle comes, you'll testify, you'll share your story, you'll encourage others to pray this same prayer and seek this same intercession? Because that's part of receiving, being willing to give back, being willing to become a voice of hope for others, being willing to let your miracle become someone else's encouragement. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I make that commitment now. When my miracle comes, I will testify, I will share, I will give you glory, I will become a witness to your power. I will be part of the ripple effect of faith that flows from answered prayer. And I ask you to hold me to that promise, to remind me of this moment when I'm tempted to take credit or explain things away or keep my testimony to myself. Remind me that I promised to give you glory, and help me to keep that promise faithfully. Let's talk about what happens after you pray this prayer, because you can't just pray and then go back to living in fear and anxiety. You can't just ask for a miracle and then continue to operate from a place of desperation and panic. After you pray, you have to live like you believe. You have to act like the miracle is already on its way. You have to make decisions from a place of faith rather than fear. That doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It doesn't mean you ignore practical realities or make foolish choices. But it does mean that anxiety no longer gets to drive your decisions. It means that when fear whispers, "What if it doesn't work out?" you respond, "I've already prayed, I've already entrusted this to Our Lady, I've already placed it in Jesus' hands. And now I'm going to live in the peace and confidence that comes from believing my prayer has been heard." That's what it means to live by faith. It's not about having zero concerns. It's about refusing to let those concerns control you. It's about choosing to trust even when circumstances haven't changed yet. It's about saying, "My feelings don't determine reality. God's promises determine reality. And He has promised to hear the prayers of those who call on Him. He has promised to honor the intercession of His mother. So regardless of what I see or feel right now, I'm choosing to believe that my miracle is coming. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, give me the grace to live that way. Give me the grace to walk in faith, even when circumstances are screaming at me to panic. Give me the grace to make decisions from a place of trust rather than fear. Give me the grace to speak words of faith, even when doubt is tempting me to speak words of defeat. Give me the grace to live like I believe this prayer is being answered, even before I see the evidence with my physical eyes. And on the hard days, because there will be hard days between now and the manifestation of your miracle, remind me of this moment. Remind me of how I felt when I prayed this prayer. Remind me of the hope that rose in my chest. Remind me of the peace that touched my heart. Remind me that I'm not waiting for God to decide whether to help me. I'm simply waiting for the perfect timing of a miracle that's already been set in motion. Let me share one more story with you, and this one is personal to me. I know someone who was facing eviction. They had prayed everything they knew to pray. They had done everything they knew to do. And with just days left before they would be on the street, they came across an image of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. They didn't have a background in Marian devotion. They barely knew who Mary was beyond the Christmas story, but something in that image spoke to their desperation. So they prayed. They said simply, "Mary, they say you help people. I need help. I'm out of time and out of options. If you're real, if you can really intercede, I need you to do it now." The next day, the very next day, they received a phone call from a distant relative they hadn't spoken to in years. This relative had heard through the family grapevine about the situation and wanted to help. They wired the exact amount needed to cover the rent and fees, to the dollar. The person who received that miracle said that when the money came through, they physically felt something lift off their chest. The weight of anxiety that had been crushing them for weeks just vanished. And they absolutely knew that Our Lady had heard their desperate prayer and had moved heaven and earth to provide an urgent solution. That could be your story. That could be your testimony. In fact, I believe it will be. I believe you're going to look back on this moment as the turning point. You're going to remember that you watched this video in desperation, that you prayed this prayer with everything in you, and that shortly after, maybe immediately after, things began to shift. The answer began to emerge. The miracle began to manifest, and you're going to know beyond any doubt that it was Our Lady's intercession that made the difference. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I'm asking you one more time. I'm asking with everything I have. I'm asking as a child who is desperate for their mother's help. I'm asking as someone who has nowhere else to turn and no one else to call on. I'm asking with tears in my eyes and hope in my heart. Please intercede for me. Please present my urgent need to Jesus. Please ask him to perform the miracle I need, and please ask him to do it quickly. Because I'm running out of time. I'm running out of strength. I'm running out of ability to hold on. But I'm not running out of faith. Not yet. Because you're here with me. And as long as you're interceding, as long as you're presenting my case, as long as you're standing before your Son on my behalf, I have reason to hope. Mother, I entrust this entire situation to you. I stop trying to control the outcome. I stop trying to manage the timeline. I stop trying to orchestrate the solution. I simply place it all in your hands, and I trust. I trust your love for me. I trust your power to intercede. I trust your Son's willingness to answer you. I trust that what I cannot do, you can do. What I cannot fix, you can fix. What I cannot change, you can change. So I rest in that trust. I rest in that confidence. I rest in the knowledge that I have a mother in heaven who will never stop fighting for me. You know what the beautiful thing is? Even as you're praying this prayer, Our Lady is already at work. She's not waiting for you to finish. She's not waiting for you to get the words exactly right. She's already presenting your case. She's already interceding. She's already moving on your behalf. Because that's who she is. That's what mothers do. They see the need and they act immediately. They don't wait for a formal request. They don't need perfect language. They simply respond to the cry of their child. So your miracle is already in motion. The wheels are already turning. The answer is already being prepared. And all that remains is for you to keep believing until you see it manifest in your physical reality. Keep believing when it feels like nothing is changing. Keep believing when the circumstances actually get worse before they get better. Keep believing when people tell you it's hopeless. Keep believing when your own mind tries to convince you that you're being foolish. Keep believing, because faith is not faith until it's all you have to hold on to. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, I choose faith. I choose hope. I choose to believe. Not because everything looks good, but because you are good. Not because the situation is improving, but because you never fail those who call on you. Not because I feel strong, but because you are strong enough for both of us. I choose to believe that my urgent miracle is coming. I choose to believe that you are interceding right now. I choose to believe that your Son is preparing to demonstrate his power in my situation. And I will not let go of that belief. I will hold it close. I will protect it. I will feed it. I will let it grow until it becomes reality. Before we finish, I want to pray one final prayer with you. This is going to be the culmination of everything we've prayed so far. I want you to pray this with your whole heart. If you can, pray it out loud. Let the words carry the weight of everything you're feeling, everything you're hoping for, everything you're trusting God to do. Most gracious Mother of perpetual help, I come before you in this hour of urgent need. My heart is heavy, my spirit is weary, my situation is desperate, but my hope is in you, my trust is in your intercession, my confidence is in your Son's love for you and for me. I believe that you hear this prayer. I believe that you care about my need. I believe that you are already presenting my case before Jesus with maternal urgency and holy insistence. Mother, I ask you now for a miracle, not in some distant future, not when circumstances magically align, but soon, urgently, powerfully. I need heaven to intervene in my situation in a way that can only be explained as divine intervention. I need God to do what only He can do. I need the impossible to become possible. I need the hopeless to become hopeful. I need the locked doors to swing open. I need the dead ends to become throughways. I need the desert to bloom. I need the storm to still. I need the giant to fall. I need the sea to part. I need the miracle, and I believe you can obtain it for me. I believe that when you ask your Son for something, He responds. I believe that your intercession carries weight in heaven that my prayers alone do not carry. Not because God loves me less, but because you have a relationship with Him that is unique in all of creation. You are His mother, and He honors you in ways that reflect that relationship. So I come to you, and I ask you to use that relationship on my behalf. Ask Him for my miracle. Ask Him with urgency. Ask Him with confidence. Ask Him knowing that He will say yes to you. Mother of perpetual help, I also ask for strength to endure while I wait. I ask for peace that surpasses understanding. I ask for faith that doesn't waver. I ask for hope that doesn't dim. I ask for the grace to keep believing when everything around me says I'm foolish to believe. I ask for the courage to keep praying when it feels like my prayers are hitting the ceiling. I ask for the perseverance to keep trusting when doubt whispers that I've been abandoned. Give me what I need to stay faithful until I see faithful answered. And when the miracle comes, and I believe it will come, I promise to give glory to God. I promise to testify to what He has done. I promise to share my story with others who are desperate. I promise to encourage them to pray this same prayer and seek this same intercession. I promise to become a living witness to the power of calling on Our Lady, Mother of perpetual help in times of urgent need. This I promise. This I commit. This I will do. Our Lady of perpetual help, pray for me now. Intercede for me now. Ask your Son to perform my urgent miracle now. I trust in your motherly care. I trust in your powerful intercession. I trust in your Son's willingness to answer you, and I wait with confident expectation for the manifestation of my miracle. In Jesus' name, through your intercession, I believe I have received what I have asked for, and I thank you in advance for what you are about to do. Amen. Take a deep breath. Let that prayer settle into your spirit. You've just engaged in one of the most powerful prayers you can pray. You've called on one of the most powerful intercessors in all of heaven, and you've done it with faith, with urgency, with desperation, and with hope. That combination is potent. That combination moves heaven. That combination results in miracles. Now I want to ask you to do something. Comment below right now with what you're praying for. You don't have to be specific if it's too personal, but put something there. Type Amen at minimum. Type, I believe my miracle is coming. Type, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, pray for me. Let your comment be a declaration of faith. Let it be your way of planting a flag in the ground and saying, I prayed this prayer and I believe God heard me. And when your miracle comes, come back to this video and leave another comment testifying to what God did, because your testimony will encourage others to believe. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I know I've asked several times, but it matters. Not for the algorithm, though that helps more people find these prayers. But more importantly, when you like and subscribe, you're creating a bookmark for yourself. You're marking this moment. And when you need to pray for another urgent miracle in the future, and we all face multiple crises in life, you'll be able to find your way back here. You'll be able to return to this prayer. You'll be able to reconnect with this intercession. I want to leave you with one final thought. You are not alone. You might feel isolated in your struggle. You might feel like no one understands what you're going through. You might feel like you're the only one facing this particular impossible situation. But you're not. Right now, at this very moment, there are thousands of people around the world who have also called on Our Lady Mother of Perpetual Help. There are thousands who have also prayed for urgent miracles. There are thousands who are also waiting in faith for God to move. You're part of a global community of believers who have discovered the power of Marian intercession. And that community is praying with you, hoping with you, believing with you. More importantly, you have a mother in heaven who is personally invested in your situation. She's not praying for you as one of thousands of faceless requests. She's praying for you as her beloved child. She knows your name. She knows your story. She knows the specific details of your need. And she's presenting all of it before Jesus with the same care and attention that she would give to her most important concern. Because to her, you are that important. So go forward from this moment with confidence. Go forward with hope. Go forward with expectation. Your urgent miracle is on the way. It might come tomorrow. It might come this week. It might come in a way you don't expect from a source you never imagined. But it's coming. Because you've prayed. Because Our Lady has heard. Because Jesus is responding. And because God delights in doing impossible things for desperate people who dare to believe He can. Our Lady, Mother of Perpetual Help, pray for us, intercede for us, never cease to help us, never stop fighting for us, never abandon us in our need. We trust in you. We believe in your power to intercede. We wait with confident hope for the miracles you are obtaining for us even now. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for hearing us. Thank you for helping us. May our lives be living testimonies to your perpetual help and to your Son's unlimited power. May many come to know and love you through the miracles you perform on behalf of your desperate children. And may we never cease to call on you, to trust in you, and to give glory to your Son because of what you have done for us. Amen. And now, go in peace. Go in hope. Go in faith. Your urgent miracle is coming. Our Lady Mother of Perpetual Help has heard your prayer. Jesus is responding to her intercession. And soon, very soon, you will see the evidence of heaven's intervention in your situation. Until then, keep believing, keep trusting, keep hoping, and know that you are deeply loved by a mother who will never stop helping you.